How's it going, guys? My name is Jimmy Champane, and today it's officially October 1st, which means Halloween 2018 is only 18 days away. The movie, not the holiday. The holiday is 30 days away, but I think you understand that if you're here on my channel. EW just put out their Halloween issue, and not only does it feature Laurie Strode on the cover, but it has some awesome articles from their writer Clark Collis, who went all out on covering Halloween. So thank you, Clark. I loved reading all of your articles, but the coolest thing they put out already is a full scene from the movie, so I figured we'd break it down and analyze it just a little bit today. It's a relatively short trailer, but I'm gonna issue a spoiler warning here because it shows a dead character. Even though we get to see that character probably die in a couple of the trailers, I feel like I should let you know that we're gonna see him definitively dead here. All right, if you're still here, let's get into it. The scene begins with Laurie inching her way down the stairs holding a shotgun, and I think it's her house because she puts a bar over the door, and it's obviously meant to go there, so I don't think her daughter Karen would have that in her house. And of course, this obviously takes place after Michael has escaped the bus crash because he's suited up and wearing the mask. So hopefully we'll get to see him break out pretty early on in the movie. I really like the shot of Michael through the diamond grates on the door, and especially the audio singer that goes along with it. And you know what? All of the soundtrack stuff we hear in this trailer is perfect because it sounds like it belongs in a Halloween movie, which I hope it would because John Carpenter made it, but it doesn't sound exactly like stuff we've heard in other Halloween movies before, which means it feels new, which is awesome. That's exactly what I wanted from it. The shot of Michael outdoors unfortunately confirms that Ray will be dying in this movie, just like we thought when we saw him get choked from behind in the original trailer. I think Michael's using that chain with the two bells on it we saw in a magazine, but I'm not totally sure. Also, something else that was confirmed in a different EW article is that Ray is not Laurie's ex-husband like I thought, but he's actually Karen's husband. So, sorry Karen, your husband's gonna have a bad Halloween. The coolest thing this clip reveals, of course, is a continuous shot of Michael busting his hands through the window and choking Laurie from behind. It's awesome. It's very Michael. I did notice that it looks kind of like his hands are burned up, which would be weird since Halloween 2 is no longer canon, but I think this is probably just Ray's blood dried on his old man hands, which is still pretty creepy. I think it's a little weird that Laurie doesn't even take a shot at Michael when she gets to the bottom of the stairs, but regardless, it cuts to black as we hear Michael slamming her repeatedly against the door, and it sounds pretty brutal. So a lot of you predicted when the original trailer came out that this was actually from the end of the movie and that this is where Laurie was supposedly gonna die. That's obviously not the case because this looks like it happens very early in the movie. Regardless though, I think it's a really good scene and it's a breath of fresh air after watching Rob Zombie's Halloween the other day for my review. Next up here, I have a story that I think a lot of you are gonna like. So one of the things that people seem to be still hung up on is the title of this movie, which is of course just Halloween. Now the reason people are weird about that is because it's technically the third movie in the franchise to be called Just Halloween, but it's also a sequel to the original movie. Thankfully though, Clark Collis was asking the hard questions when he sat down with David Gordon Green. He said that was a weird discussion. You know, do we call it The Shape? Do we call it Halloween Returns? What do you call it? Technically, it's the third Halloween 2. Kind of got to the point where we were like, well, we don't want to not invite anybody. We don't want someone who is unfamiliar with the previous films to think, well, I need to catch up. So then we just thought, for simplicity, let's just call it Halloween. Now, no offense to David Gordon Green, but I think this excuse is a little weak because if anyone saw the title Halloween 2, they wouldn't think, oh, I need to watch Halloween 4, 5, and 6. They'd think I need to watch the original Halloween. And also the defense that it would be the third Halloween 2 doesn't really make sense because it's also the third Halloween. So I don't know. I think The Shape would have been a cool title, but Halloween Returns probably would have been the way to go if you ask me. What do you think, weirdly muscular Michael? Should they have called it Halloween Returns or The Shape? Alright, well you guys should let me know what you think is the best title down in the comments. Now I know this is going to surprise you guys, but the last story I have for you today comes also from EW. They sat down with John Carpenter and asked him whether or not he wanted to direct another movie, and he basically gave the most John Carpenter answer of all time. He said, I would love to direct something if it's the right thing to do at my age. I'm not going to make another thing, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to go to the Arctic again. I'm not going to do that. I want to take it easy. I want to enjoy myself. John Carpenter's getting up there in age, and I think he's earned the right to not want to go back to the Arctic, but the next natural question is, where is he going to film his next movie? He said, I've wanted to do something in Europe and I've wanted to do something in Venice. I haven't got a story for it though. What a place. What a strange place. And Venice is sinking. Wow. But I don't know. I'd love to do something in Europe. That'd be fun to do. There are two important things in my life though. basketball when the season starts, and video games. And to play video games, you have to sit in a chair and not really get up and do anything. I love that. That's my job now, to sit around and do nothing. The last movie John Carpenter directed came out in 2010. It was called The Ward, and it wasn't received very well, and I remember someone saying that the only reason people were paying attention to it was because he was behind it, which is fair. It's not a very good movie. So I really don't want that to be John Carpenter's last movie. I think he should come back and do one more movie to end it all and just kick some ass. He's obviously not going to direct another Halloween movie, because if he was going to do that, this is the time to do it. But hey, I'd rather him just have fun and do something he wants to do. And to be fair, he's got a lot of video games to play. I remember him tweeting about Horizon Zero Dawn and Fallout 4, so he obviously likes longer games. So I say more power to him. Let the guy enjoy his rest, and whenever the inspiration strikes, I think we'll all be ready to see a new movie from John Carpenter. So those were just my favorite stories from EW. You should definitely go check out the magazine, or at least the website, because they're still trickling some stuff out and it's all pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna buy the magazine for myself though, because I want a magazine with Laurie Strode on the cover in 2018. That's just a crazy sentence that I can't believe I just said. Anyways guys, let me know what your favorite story was down in the comments below. And as always, my name is Jimmy Champane, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.